So hi guys, welcome to the third stage of the Mosquito, which is the second stage of the build. Now, I explained in the last video that I'm going to be aiming to do 3 stages each video. I have a B plan to do 6 stages, and I will explain why. So, bit of a recap. In the last video we put the nacelles together, and then we did a little dry fit of putting the fuselage in, and we got all excited. And welcome back everybody who didn't watch after the credits last week and has now just gone back and watched it. So it's good, isn't it? So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be starting on stage 4, which is the main landing gear left, and then stage 5 is the main landing gear right, and then stage 6 I'm effectively going to miss this out. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the landing gear on last. When we come to paint the external of the aircraft, it will then save an awful lot of overspray, and then once we've painted it, then I'll glue the landing gear on. Now, the main problem that I see here is you need to put together the landing gear with the wheel. You can't make the landing gear then pop the wheel on. This is how I'm interpreting the instructions. Once I do a dry fit, I'll have a slightly better plan, but I'm going to obviously paint the wheel. If we can pop the wheel on, if we can make the landing gear then pop the wheel on, then great. Otherwise I'm just going to have to rejiggle the plan a bit, but like I say, we always do a dry fit anyway. Now, I think I'm going to get that done rather quickly because, as I say, with stage 6 being missed out, I may be able to do stage 7. Now, stage 7 is going to be quite a lot of hand painting. You can see we've got lots of little bits of navigation equipment. There'll be lots of knobs and dials to paint. So the old manual paintbrush will be coming out. Stage 7, as you can see, is very quick. Even this first part I don't need to do because that's for variation C, which is the navigation reconnaissance version. I won't be doing that version, so I don't even need to drill those holes out. So stage 8 is simply glue 2 parts together and give it a quick spray of green, and then stage 9 is starting to assemble a lot of more of that together. Now, there is a plan C which I doubt will happen because it's going to be quite a lot of work, and that's stage 10, which is the attaching the seats, stage 11 bomb bay assembly, and then stage 12 will be, that's far too small for me to read, attaching the bombs. So let's crack on. Okay, so to begin stage 4, we're going to be putting the landing gear together, and my camera's in an awful position there. So yeah, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the pieces out to do step 4. We'll do a dry fit, and then once we've done the dry fit, we'll be able to do a really good plan of action. Okay, I've only put the 2 pieces together, and I can clearly see that at the bottom, it's really hard to hold these together because they're not glued, but you can see that this strut at the bottom once this is glued together, you're not going to be able to get that wheel in. So that wheel has got, I was hoping with this big hole there that maybe we could just slip it in. So what's going to have to happen here is we'll have to assemble the wheel. We'll then pop this wheel in. It's going to go in that way. So we're going to have to pop that wheel in and then glue it together. So what I'm going to do, this part here is going to be black, which looks a bit odd to me, and the rest of it is silver. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the bottom half XF16, which is silver, and then I'll glue it all together. So I'll avoid gluing any painting any glue points. We'll then we'll glue it together with the wheel on, like so. There we go, that's a lot easier, isn't it? So we'll paint it there, and then we'll glue it all together with the wheel in place, and then we'll just cover the bottom bit, and we'll glue we'll paint the top of it, and that should be the wheel done then. And then that will actually be the whole plan A done. So let's crack on with that. Okay, so the next step, we're just going to be doing a little bit of priming. I'm going to prime in black, and the reason I'm going to use black, I'm actually going to use black gloss. The reason I'm going to use black gloss is because we're going to be doing some metallics, and metallics really do work better under a gloss black. So I'm only going to be doing the wheels, and I've put the inside of the wheel in there, as you can see, and then hopefully that will then self-mask the area where I want to glue. And then once we've done it, and obviously we'll take the cap off and do the silver bit, but as we do the black and the rubber black, we will we'll just have an area where we can glue. So there's 2 wheels to do, and then there's 4 of the landing gear parts, and I'm only going to just prime up to there. It's probably a bit of an awkward way to do it, and a lot of people will be sort of, oh, that's a better way to do it. But I want to get them glued together and get the wheels in place, and then I can then glue all the little greebly bits on the top. Some really small bits The bits that I'm not doing at the moment, I've just popped into a bag just to keep them separate. Now these landing gear parts are absolutely identical, so at this point it doesn't matter if we get them muddled up. What makes them uniquely left or right is the parts that we glue on afterwards. Once they're glued on, then they become left and right. So what I'm going to do then is I will gloss the bottom half, black gloss the bottom half. Then I will go over the silver bits with silver. These little caps in the middle will go over with silver. Then I will do the actual tyre with rubber black with this piece off, which might muck that up because I might end up painting on that bit anyway accidentally. Then once that's all dry, I'll start to glue it together. Then we can assemble the rest of the landing gear. Then I can paint the top half. So that's my plan, and yeah, so let's crack on with it then. Okay, so rather pleased with how that went, and I really do love using this rubber black. It's not really a black, it's a very dark grey, but it's kind of a weird grey. It is, I don't know how to describe it. It's black, but it's grey, but it's kind of a texture colour. But anyway, so these are the wheels done. Now I haven't done the backs yet. And I think what I'll do is I might just do those by hand, because it's going to be a lot easier than airbrushing. I do have some stencils. I have this wonderful little gadget that I absolutely love. If you want to paint something a different colour, this is a circle template, and what you do is you find the circle. I think it's going to be this one. And then what you do, you see there I've pushed that wheel in there hard, and then all you need to do is spray and it will mask it for you, but we'll do that a little bit later. So what I need to do now is pop these middle bits in, so that's easy, and then at some point there's going to be little black bits going to need painting. Oops, that don't want to come out. There we go. So we'll just get some glue on there and we'll glue that in, and then we'll assemble the rest of the undercarriage. So I failed in my attempt at masking this, the glue point. It's not a major problem, but I thought, oh yeah, I'll put that in, that will mask it. As soon as I put the airbrush in, it blew it away. So yeah, that idea hasn't worked. So that's just means we have to just do it slightly differently. So I'm just going to have to give this glue just a few extra seconds. This glue will eat away at the paint, so it's absolutely fine, but obviously I don't want to put so much glue on that it seeps out and we get glue squidge. So there we go, that's that one in place. I do like using cocktail sticks to line things up. because if you've got a hole there, why not use it? And then it just kind of self lines up then. So I'm trying very hard to avoid glue on the actual tyre surface. There we go. And I can feel that this paint does need a little bit longer, but I'll just get on with painting those bits, and then we'll be almost ready to assemble the undercarriage. Oh my word, so it's all going wrong. So I've just done a dry fit and I managed to snap one of the pieces. I think I can repair it, I think it's okay, but that is extremely fragile. However, while I was waiting for paint to dry, so I just want to explain this. When I glued this together, it kind of all started to go wrong. This strut there, I found it extremely hard to line up. So I've done the absolute best I can, and it's just gonna, there we go, actually that's just fixed it, there we go. So as you probably guess, I'm doing this on the same day that I glued it. That won't go completely solid until overnight, but this was extremely hard. I end up splodging the glue on, so I've been constantly rotating this wheel. It's not the end of the world if these wheels don't turn, because I'm not going to be shooting the aircraft around the ground. But as you see, this one is pretty much near perfect, but this one has got a lot of friction on it. I say it still goes round, it's not the end of the world. Just the fact that it rotates will help when I do a little bit of highlighting on the wheel. I wanna keep rotating that to highlight it. Right, so the next stage is extremely tricky, and I'm almost wishing I hadn't done this one on camera. This piece needs to go in. You can't even see it on camera. I'm probably going to need a magnifying glass. You've got a point there and a point there and two on the corresponding side, and this needs to go in. I really don't know if it would have been easier to glue this as I put the strut together. I suspect this is the easiest way to do it. I think the way I'm going to do it is I will place these two sides in. See, even with the tweezers, it's so difficult. I've tried holding it this way. I can't come in at this angle. I thought maybe if I glue just the two bits in, give it a minute or two just to start to set, and then
I should have enough play. I did also try looking at doing just these bits. I thought maybe if I could get these bottom bits in, I wouldn't actually need to glue it, and then I could rotate it and then glue the top bits in. But it's just getting the two sides in, and I squeezed it very, very gently, which is why it broke. It really doesn't take a lot. I've just done it. There we go. So that's the first bit in. So if I gently tease that, oh my word, I've just done it. Oh no, see, it's come out again. So this is what I'm dealing with, guys. I will work on that principle, because I think we were very nearly there with that. But once this bit is in, we've then got another piece to put in, which is this triangular bit, which will glue to that first cross. Once that's in, I think that might be the hardest bit of the entire model done. So yeah, so what I'll do then is I will try and get on with this, and we'll see how many million attempts it takes. That was tough work. So we've got our flaps, we've got our undercarriage. This is the better one of the two, but that was really fiddly. This was obviously a lot easier to do because I kind of learned how to do it after the first one. I've made a slight mess, but nothing I can't repair, as you can see. So that's going to need painting up. I just want to let the glue dry for a little bit, and now I've forgotten which one is which. That's the left and that's the right, and it's essentially that rod there that makes them the difference between the left and the right. Other than that, they're all exactly the same. I haven't stuck this on for the pure reason that that's going to be painted a different colour. So I'll paint this. I'll just pop maybe a little bit, couple of bits of blue tack or something there, and then once it's painted, what we need to do is paint this green, and then this little bit, this little recess needs to be done silver. Once that's painted up, then I'll glue that on, because the rest of this is all going to be silver. XF16, which is aluminium in my particular case. So then, yeah, that's going to be the undercarriage done. Now, two things to tell you about before I get on with the painting. Firstly, I did actually put together the other pieces that I've already recorded, and it looks like I'm really not going to have time to do stages 7, 8 and 9. 7 is going to be fairly time consuming. 8 is quite simple and 9 is quite simple. But what I will do when I've done this, I'll look at the amount of time. If there's any simple bits we can do, then I might just pick those off. However, let me tell you about one thing that I've done. Last week I took a mouthful of my coffee from my Tomcat mug, and I said, oh, maybe it's time to get a new mug. So I did actually order a new mug. In fact, I ordered 2. So firstly, this is the mug that I've opened for myself. Now obviously on one side I've got to put my channel logo. Now, are you ready for this? On the other side I have found the actual mosquito that I'm building. So nice little mosquito mug, so you can, when you drink, if you're right-handed like me, when you're drinking you can show everyone the mosquito, but this reminds you of who I am. So the reason I got 2 mugs is I'm going to give one away. I'm also going to give away a few of these. I got this as a little thank you card, so whoever wins I can just put thanks ever so much for supporting the channel. But these are actually quite nice, and the minimum order was 100. So what I might do is I will chuck, say, maybe 10 of these in with the mug, and then you can do what you like with them, laminate them if you want, chuck them in the bin, whatever. I say this is the actual aircraft that I am building. And then I might just chuck a few extra here and there. So to win, all you have to do is make a comment on any of the videos associated with the Mosquito build, be it the first 2 episodes that have already gone out, and or this one, or any of the subsequent videos. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to ask you to like and subscribe, because I have absolutely no way of policing that. So I'm not one of these people that, obviously I'd always appreciate a sub, because it does actually help my channel immensely. The more subs and likes I get, the higher up it goes in the analytics. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one winner from every video, and then from those I'm then going to pick one ultimate winner. The ultimate winner will get this lovely mug. I'm really happy with this mug. It cost me not really an awful lot of money to produce, to be honest with you, and had I produced 100 of them, the price per mug would have been a lot cheaper. So it is theoretically possible that if I did say 8 videos and you commented on all 8 videos, you could actually be the winner on every draw. So it is going to be worth you leaving comments on every single video. So if you haven't left a comment on this video, on the previous 2 videos, go back and leave a comment. Yeah, so obviously the more times you comment, the more chance you have of winning. So in a moment I'll get on with painting this, and again I thank you for supporting the channel, which is why I'm quite happy to do little things like this. I mean, ultimately, or primarily, I'm getting these mugs for my own cupboard. I don't have that many mugs, funnily enough, and so I do get the odd mug here and there, but I've been trying to get mugs that are somehow associated with the builds that I've done. I've got a sad Dalmatian with his chin on a fire engine, which I thought would be good for the fire truck. I haven't got anything associated with the Eddie Stobart yet, so maybe I should get a Yorkie bar mug or something. And I might just make some mugs up, just some general, maybe my logo on that side, and then maybe on the other side I could just have the words "what could possibly go wrong." Maybe even have a fake crack in it. What could possibly go wrong? Right guys, so yeah, we are here to build some aeroplanes, so let's build some aeroplanes. Okay guys, so my apologies, when I did the original recording I had it on mute. So what I'm doing here is I painted that bit green, which I shouldn't have done. I read the instructions wrong. It needs to be a mix of XF7 and XF8. XF7 being red, XF8 being whole red. So it's just to take the edge off the red. Now I don't have the whole red. So I've done a tiny blob of XF64, which is red brown, and it's just taken the edge off that red, so it's not like a bright in your face red. This is an internal part, so I don't think it's absolutely imperative that I get the absolute correct shade. but I think it's done a good job. I pop a couple of coats on there. It does always take, because I do thin the paints down a little bit, and it does usually take 2 coats, but I am happy with the result. Okay guys, so I'm going to call it an end of the video there. The only thing left to do now is just to glue these bits on. I might as well end the video here, just 2 spots of glue. So I'll do those 2 spots in the next video. I'm not putting these flaps on yet, because I'll leave them right till the very end. I will paint the bottoms of them a flat black to go with the bottom of the Mosquito. On the one hand, I'm disappointed that I haven't done stages 7, 8 and 9, but looking at the length of the video, I think that was a good idea. But on the other hand, I think what I have achieved, I am rather happy with. You know, two wheels, nicely weathered, popped a little bit of weathering into the nacelles, and once the model is finished, fully painted, they can go in, and yeah, I just think they're excellent. The only other thing I want to do is, I did get a little bit of overspray. I thought that gluing them the way that I did, I'd be able to avoid overspray onto the wheels, but there's a little bit of silver, so what I'll do is I'll just go over that. I'll do that off camera because I've shown you how I'm painting it with rubber black and how they come out, but I will save the highlighting for another video, and what we'll do is we'll just get a dark grey and we'll just dry brush. That'll pick out some of the tread, and it also make it, obviously when you've got a tyre, as the tyre's running along the ground, you get that kind of grey mark on it, and that's what we're going to represent. So let's bring the instructions up. We'll have a look at what we're doing next week. Gosh, why am I looking at stage 12? No, my mouse isn't working. Right, so next week, let's just recap what we've done this week then. It's been a hard journey actually. Right, so I'll bring 5 up. Right, so we've put the left main landing gear together. That's gone together with a few problems, but we got there in the end to a good standard. Stage 5 was the right landing gear, which is exactly the same as the left, but it's obviously mirrored. And then stage 6 we've missed out because, well, I'm not going to glue the landing gear until the very end. So next week we're going to be putting the navigator seat together, so that's lots of painting, not an awful lot to do in step 8, little bit of gluing, and that's mainly it. And XF 5, 21 and 65, that is most definitely green and not red. Yeah, I did kind of cock up there this week. And then step 9 we'll be putting that together. And again, we'll have a plan B just in case, which is to get these done. So you've got stage 10, which is attaching the seats, stage 11, which is the bomb bay assembly, and stage 12 will be the bombs. Most definitely not looking at doing stage 13. Stage 13 will most definitely be, I think actually that's going to be a video all of its own. Might even be just 12 and 13 and 14. Right guys, so that's it. So I am just currently enjoying a cup of coffee with my new Mosquito mug, and I'm sure it's just absolutely coincidence, but that is probably the best cup of coffee I've made all day. Using a different brand than what I'm used to. So I've not been able to make a good cup of coffee. I've had about 4 today, and this one's just come out really nice. Is it because of the mug? You know, pictures Mosquito on the front with my logo on the back, or is it just that I've made it a bit different? Right guys, so don't forget to comment if you would like to win one of those mugs. So on the very last video, I haven't worked out when the dates of these are, but once all the videos have been released, I will go look at each video and I will pick one comment at random from each of the videos. Then I will put those into a random number generator and I will pick one of those. Sounds confusing, I know, but it'll all make sense, and someone will win a mug and a number of other people might win these. They're not really they're not massive, but they're just nice little cards, and I say I had to do a minimum order of 100, so I've got 100 of them to give away, and I will give between whatever I feel like doing, between 1 and 100. I won't give any away. Right guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next episode when we will be doing internals. Take care guys, bye bye.